What part of an irrigation system controls when water flows, yet often gets the least attention until something goes wrong? That's right, the valves and valve boxes. Valves are like the system's traffic lights, directing when and where water flows across the landscape. If they aren't working or adjusted properly, the entire irrigation system can lose efficiency, pressure, or even fail altogether. I'm Dr. DeBusk, and in this section, we'll look at how to keep these essential components functioning properly through routine cleaning and adjustment before they reach the point of needing replacement. We'll explore how to identify when valves or valve boxes need cleaning or adjustment, the correct steps for adjusting both solenoid valves and manual valves, how to safely maintain valve boxes, including clearing soil and turf that interfere with access, and finally, how proper maintenance protects both the irrigation system and the technician from costly damage or accidents. By the end of this section, you'll understand how to maintain these often overlooked components so they perform reliably and efficiently year-round. Before we get into specific valve adjustments, it's important to know what's not included in this section. The types of cleaning or adjustments you can perform on irrigation valves are limited. Usually, cleaning a valve happens only when you're troubleshooting a problem, such as when a valve won't close properly or has debris inside. To clean the internal components, the valve has to be taken apart, and that's not something a technician in training should do without proper guidance. Disassembling a valve incorrectly can easily cause leaks, break seals, or damage solenoids. So in this section, we'll focus on what can safely be done in the field, checking the valve's function, keeping the valve box clear, and making external adjustments for accessibility. We'll save the full internal cleaning process for the repair and replace section in another video. Adjusting a valve is one of those subtle skills that can make or break the performance of a zone. Manual valves can control more than just shut off. They can balance flow or isolate parts of a system. Solenoid valves, on the other hand, are fine-tuned to match the specific flow rate of a zone. You might need to make adjustments if you notice sprinklers are running weak, valves closing too slowly, or small leaks under the solenoid. But before you touch anything, always remember low pressure might not be the valve's fault. Pressure issues start at the source, so diagnose upstream first. Flow control is like the volume knob for your zone's water. It helps fine-tune how quickly water flows through the valve so the sprinklers perform evenly. Most large valves have flow control built in, but smaller ones may not. This is because 1-inch valves have lower flow ranges like 1 to 35 gallons per minute compared to 1.5-inch solenoid valves with 20 to 150 gallons per minute or 2-inch solenoid valves with 40 to 200 gallons per minute. That means that most 1-inch solenoid valves can work without being fine-tuned with flow control. On the slide, the top photos show 1-inch valves with and without flow control knobs. The bottom photos show 2-inch valves with different types of knobs. One big caution: that knob is not a shutoff. Forcing it closed can damage the valve diaphragm or even crack the body, which means full replacement. We only use it for adjustment, not isolation. When adjusting the flow control, always start gently. Close it fully, then open 2 full turns to create a baseline. Turn on the zone and observe the sprinklers. If they're too weak, open it a bit more. If they're overpressurized, close it slightly. Remember, valve adjustments are about balance, not force. Overadjusting can restrict flow or stress the diaphragm. Manual valves are everywhere: at the meter, the pump, along the main line, on a backflow device, at the valve or valve manifold, and at low spots on the main line as drain valves. The 2 main types you'll work with are ball valves and gate valves. Ball valves are quick, only a quarter turn from open to closed, while gate valves are slower, requiring several turns. That slower motion makes gate valves much gentler on the system, which is especially useful when you're filling or draining lines. A manual valve may need adjusting if the valve was used for servicing or repair and was not put back to the proper adjustment or someone tampered with the valve. A valve that is unintentionally left partially closed causes pressure loss and reduced flow, which can then cause a reduction in sprinkler performance. If it is left closed when it should be open, then it can damage plants. Before adjusting any manual valve, be sure to understand that purpose of that valve. Whether you're opening or closing a valve, the key word is slowly. Never rush it. A fast opening valve can send air pockets or pressure surges racing through the system, and that can literally blow off sprinkler heads or crack fittings. Before opening, open a downstream zone to let air escape gradually. When closing, do it gently over 15 to 30 seconds. That prevents water hammer, those damaging spikes in pressure that shake the system. When it comes to valve boxes, a little bit of maintenance goes a long way. Valve boxes protect the most important parts of the system, the valves, solenoids, and splices, but they can't do their job if they're buried, filled with soil, or hidden under turf. Over time, turf can grow over the lid and make the box almost impossible to find, especially in thick grass or sports turf. If the lid can't fit properly because of overgrowth, or if soil has washed inside, it's time for a quick adjustment. Simply trimming turf around the lid or clearing out soil below the valve level keeps everything visible and accessible. Think of this as housekeeping for the irrigation system. Small adjustments now prevent big repair headaches later. Cleaning valve boxes is just as important as adjusting them. Over time, soil, mulch, or debris can build up inside the box, especially if the box wasn't installed properly or if the walls were cut too much for piping. You'll want to clear soil just below the bottom of the valves to allow easy access for inspection and maintenance. Never cut excessive pipe slots into the sidewalls. That weakens the box and allows soil to wash in faster. If the box is cracked, lightweight, or no longer stable, it's better to replace it entirely. We'll cover that in the repair and replacement section. Let's take a moment to summarize everything we've covered in this section. We began with how to review and operate valves, making sure they open and close properly both from the controller and manually. Then we learned how to adjust solenoid valves using their flow control for better zone performance, and how to safely open or close manual valves to avoid hydraulic shock. Remember, never assume a valve is the cause of low pressure. Always check from the source first. Finally, we wrapped up with valve box maintenance. Keeping valve boxes clean, trimmed, and properly fitted ensures safe access for inspection and repair. Together, these skills form the foundation for reliable irrigation performance and efficient preventative maintenance.